Welcome to the Canadian Beef Cattle Podcast, presented by the Beef Cattle Research Council, the most popular content from beefresearch.ca, available on the go. Before we get into this week's episode, a quick message from the BCRC.
Boost your farm's profitability with BCRC's Gross Margins Calculator. This interactive tool helps beef cattle producers evaluate the financial performance of each enterprise and allocate limited resources like land more effectively. See quickly which combination of enterprises maximizes your profit. A link to the calculator can be found in the show notes. This episode is titled Things to Think About Before Turning Cows Out on High-Legume Pastures.
Including alfalfa in a grazing stand makes sense. The potential benefits include increased soil fertility through nitrogen fixation, improved plant biodiversity, boosted forage yields, and improved animal performance. Alfalfa can also be used to create a hedge against poor forage production during dry growing seasons, as it's naturally drought tolerant. Recent Canadian research has taken an even closer look on how to improve alfalfa's resilience to challenging environments. Even though forage yields and productivity could be increased, producers are often hesitant to seed alfalfa for grazing purposes due to fear of bloating. Experts agree that implementing a few key production principles and paying close attention to a grazing herd can greatly reduce the risk of bloat and provide producers the opportunity to capture the benefit of this legume crop. Here are some management tips for successfully grazing cattle on alfalfa. Number 1. Avoid moving cattle onto new pastures when it's wet with heavy dew, rainfall, or irrigation water. Grazing alfalfa when it is wet increases the possibility of bloat. 2. Make paddock rotations midday or later to help minimize moisture and increase plant carbohydrate concentration. Number 3. Do not allow animals to stand hungry before turning them into an alfalfa pasture, as it can lead to overconsumption of fresh alfalfa and increase the risk of bloat. 4. Wait until alfalfa is in full bloom to graze. Bloat risk is highest when alfalfa is in the vegetative to early bloom stage of growth. As alfalfa enters the full bloom or post-bloom stages, the alfalfa becomes more fibrous and the rate of digestion slows down. Number 5. Do not graze alfalfa for 3 days to 2 weeks following a killing frost. Frost may increase the incidence of bloat by rupturing plant cell walls, leading to high initial rate of digestion. Delay grazing alfalfa until the stand dries. 6. Make sure to monitor cattle frequently for signs of bloat or sickness and adjust grazing plans accordingly. 7. Graze with animals that have smaller rumen capacity, like yearlings and calves, rather than mature cows. And number 8, talk to your veterinarian about using a product like AlphaSure, which can be mixed in the water to help prevent bloat. Many producers prefer to avoid bloat by seeding alfalfa grass mixtures rather than a pure alfalfa. Including alfalfa in a pasture forage mix that has more fibrous grasses also provides cattle with a wider feed selection than just straight alfalfa. Depending on the percentage of alfalfa in the mix, this can reduce the risk of bloating. Another strategy can be to include a free choice fiber source, such as a straw bale, in the alfalfa paddock. This provides the opportunity for the cattle to consume it and help regulate their rumens. With careful management, producers can reap the rewards of including alfalfa in their grazing programs successfully. Learn more by clicking the links in the show notes.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. You can find all relevant links and information at beefresearch.ca or in the show notes. The Beef Cattle Research Council is funded by the Canadian Beef Cattle Checkoff and strives for excellence in the production of Canadian beef, cattle, and forage through research, innovation, and extension. Tune in every Tuesday as the Canadian Beef Cattle Podcast delivers straightforward insights, expert information, and a wealth of practical knowledge for Canadian beef producers. Subscribe now.